doing everything for joining me for That's the Way It Is. I'm your host, BC. We'll talk about a commercial that I seen on news this morning. And what it is, here's the scene. You got Obama sitting in the Oval Office by the desk. He's got he's doing some writing. Evidently, he's doing another presidential executive order. You know, because he loves to do them. I mean, that's really all he does. I think he does that all day long. Anyway, and Mr. Biden comes in. He's like, Mr. President, are you ready to move? And he's like, let's do this. And they jog out of the Oval Office, going down the hallway. They take a turn. They're outside. And then they come back into the Oval Office. And you know, the president's like, okay, wow. Now, the good thing that I see there's a couple good things I see about this video. And I'm going to go over those. I think it's good to promote exercise. I really do. I exercise daily myself. I think that it's a great thing. I think that that's something that the country really needs, considering the way our eating habits are. I think that you got to have a really good eating habit and daily exercise. I think that I don't think it's really an eating habit or exercise. I think it's a life change. I think that's a way of life. So that's one good thing I see about this video. Another good thing I see about this video is that you've done more in that video that you have in the 8 years you've been in office. Wow. That's right. That's the best thing you've done since you've been in office. Because you're backing your wife, which is always good. I imagine she probably said, you know, if you're going to sleep in the same room with me, you better do this. Or maybe it's, if you don't do this, I'm going to let everybody know what your secrets are. I mean, or I'm going to write a book and put it in a book, and that way I can make some money off of it too. I really don't know how she got him to do this, but either way, it may not be anything like that, which is a good thing, which means maybe he does actually care for her. He actually does care, does have some kind of a family value, because I really don't think he has much of that. So that's a good thing. Get back to, that's the most you've done for this country. I'm sorry to say it, I really am. I think anybody else who would have had the opportunity that you had could have done a better job. They definitely could have done a better acting job. I mean, why are you out of breath? I mean, you could have, you're second in command, done a better acting job than you did, and his wasn't that great either. But that's the most you've done for this country. That's the best thing you've done for this country. You know, I would have loved to seen, you know, someone get up there and actually do something good. You know, I'm waiting for that. Matter of fact, there's a whole lot of people waiting for that. You know, you're not really well liked right now, and not saying you're hated, just saying you're not well liked. The mindset that you have isn't what people had hoped for. Which, if they would have listened to you talk, they would have known that. But everybody was so caught up into putting you in the White House. I mean, if it wasn't for the $668 million that you used to campaign, I mean, you could have used that money to put a bailout. I mean, that would have been impressive to me. You know, and probably a whole lot of other people. I sure would have had a better opinion of you. And you know, I've never seen anyone fight so hard to get something and then don't do anything. And if they do something, it ain't the right thing. You know, I've always lived by, you know, you got to follow your heart. Well, I guess you're living proof that, you know, you got to have a heart to follow. I mean, and the point I'm getting at is all the abortions that's going on. Did you guys know that just in Washington, D.C., just Washington know, and he backs this. You know, he backs the killing of his own people. You know, and I think it's crazy. You know, when I think about that, that really, really makes me angry. You know, because it's, you know, you could word it any way you want to word it, but it's still murder. And I think anybody does that, they need to be brought up on charges. That's my opinion on that. So maybe you need to run down to your local abortion clinic, Mr. Obama, make that jog and put it out of business. That's what I think. Man, more abortions than birth. That is just mind-boggling. What are we thinking, people? What are we thinking? That is utterly ridiculous. Why would you want to do that? There is no reason on earth why anybody would want to do this. And you know, and people treat it like a day at the spa. It's utterly ridiculous. They have no thought of it. And you know, if you don't want to have a baby, there's a sure way of not getting one. You know, and that's absence. You know, if you don't think you're responsible enough to have a child, then you're definitely not responsible enough to act like you're going to make one. I'd like to thank you for joining me. Like the video, share the video. Wow, I'm still mind blown on that one, folks. I'm really mind blown on that one. That really, really makes me angry. I mean, it really makes me angry. But, you know, I'm not angry enough where I will go out and, you know, do some stupid things that I've seen people do. You know, I do believe that we need to put people in office who are going to create real change and make a difference, because we haven't done a good job of that so far. Thank you for joining me. You have a wonderful day.